Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram.
There was a meeting of the Sufis and they all met beyond time and space in a place called Hukalia, which is the heaven. And there were so many Sufis that one could hardly see them, there were so many. Some of them, however, came together for a conversation amongst all the conversations that are taking place in the history of the world. And they were so dazzled by each other's company, and so they were so moved to find each other. Happy the moment when we are seated in the palace, thou and I, with two forms, with two figures, but with one soul, thou and I. The colors of the grove and the voices of the birds will bestow immortality at the time when we shall come into the garden, thou and I. The stars of heaven will come to gaze upon us. We shall show them the moon herself, thou and I. Thou and I, individuals no more, shall be mingled in ecstasy, joyful and secure from foolish babble, thou and I. All the bright-plumed birds of heaven will devour their hearts with envy in the place where we shall laugh in such a fashion, thou and I. This is the greatest wonder, that thou and I, sitting here in the same nook, are at this moment both in Iraq and Khorasan, thou and I. These were the words of Jalaluddin Rumi. Supposing now that, let alone meeting beyond space, the Sufis met beyond time, at some unknown timeless moment suspended between Azaliyat, pre-eternity, and Qiyamat, post-eternity, even as indeed they do in Hurkalia, the celestial spheres of the souls, at the court of Prince Huraksh, the Lord of splendid power, whose face is the sun of our planetary system. The spirit of the chosen one, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Muhammad, with an air of great eminence, the Sheikh al-Akbar, the great Sheikh Muhyiddin ibn Arabi, arrayed in his magnificent silver burnous and surrounded with a school of learned scholars, opened fire with arguments devised to befuddle the most sophisticated theologian. As God
I, the creature, confer upon him a mode of reality through my knowledge of him, while he gives me existence.
Both Bayazid Bastami and Halaj wished to intervene, but Bayazid's vehemence knew no bounds. Bayazid Bastami, sit down, Ibn Arabi. Dressed in ignominious rags and with the gruff voice of a self-willed and austere recluse, he said,
as in the world of Horus, offered as a lure for the pious, all you experience is mere effigies. I wish for nothing less than the absolute. The bridegroom invited to the divine wedding does not have to suffice himself with the veil of the bride.
Mansur al-Halaj could not contain himself any more. Forgetting his repartee to Ibn Arabi, pointed out, al-Halaj, but
it is you who are the veil of the face of the beloved.
As he spoke, his eyes shone so bright as though the veil had been lifted from them. Now Fariduddin Attar offered his good services as a dapple conciliator. Subtly adorned and perfumed after the high tradition of Iranian poets, and with music in his voice, he said,
Surely that veil Bayazid wishes to pierce under is but a protection. In the annals of the history of Iran is recorded a case
To God the Father and the Son and to the Holy Ghost, as it was in the beginning, and is now, and forever shall be.
toward the one, the perfection of love, harmony and beauty, the only being, united with all the illuminated souls who form the embodiment of the Master, the Spirit of guidance. Vers l'unique, la perfection d'amour, d'harmonie et de beauté, le seul être, uni à toutes les âmes illuminées qui forment l'incorporation du Maître, l'Esprit Guide. Den einen entgegen, der da ist die Vollkommenheit der Liebe, der Harmonie und der Schönheit, der einzige Seiende, vereint mit all die erleuchteten Seelen, die den Meister der Geisterführung verkörpern. Religions? Shri Ram.